scene unfolds on an Egyptian dig in 1922. You see a older man surrounded by several Egyptian workers desperately working at a old stone door. After days of hard labor, they manage to pry the door open to a long dead tomb. The workers scramble to erect scaffolding to keep the whole tomb from collapsing. This older British man is quickly within the tomb, lamp in hand, mind ready to absorb everything in front of him. The tomb is full of ancient artifacts and clay tablets, sculptures that defy any interpretation, and writing that defies translation. Days passed, and he's still no closer to figuring out what any of this is about, who all these sculptures are referring to, what possible entity this could have been referring to. It's not until his daughter walks in that he manages to clear his head from the fog that has invaded it since his entrance into the tomb. Father, are you making any headway?
Not currently, Julia. It's been boggling my mind ever since we've opened that tomb. A strange, pharaoh-like man is at this altar head, and the writings are hieroglyphs that I don't even recognize from any pantheon in Egypt.
Father, could it be early dynastic?
It has to be older than that. The detailing of this is far beyond even early dynasties, but the entire writing itself has to be older than even the most ancient tablets and scrolls that we've seen.
Father, I fear that Egypt is doing nothing for your mind. Perhaps we should bundle it up and take it. Maybe return to London.
You're most correct, Julia. We'll have to do that first thing in the morning when there's light out.
Father, this could be the find of the century. There hasn't been a large find in Egypt in years.
This would be the largest find of the century, and only if your mother was here, she would enjoy it the most.
So that's Vernon Withercorn. He'll be played by Winston. Winston, why don't you take a couple of moments to introduce yourself?
So I'm Winston. I'm playing Vernon Withercorn. He's an Englishman, an archaeologist. Biggest drive throughout this is going to be his family, his MIA wife and his daughter.
If we were going to try and cast this role, who would you say Vernon would be played by?
So Vernon is most comparable to Sean Connery in The Last Crusade.
Fantastic. It's a great casting. If we were to sum him up in a single sentence.
Vernon is emotional when it comes to decision making.
Good. It's 1923, and Vernon is currently in his flat in London. Vernon, what are you doing? It's January 3rd.
Okay. So with it being January 3rd, me and my daughter, Julia, are currently in our townhouse. We are just relaxing after our most recent excavation in Egypt, which had been a failure.
You're sitting there going through your logs, and there's a rapping at your door, like someone's knocking on it with the top of their cane.
I get up to go answer the door.
You open it up, and you see a well-dressed older man with a strange-looking black cane. He's like, wonderful, you're home. That's fantastic. And he just kind of, pushes you aside with his cane and walks into your house. He was like, I was terribly afraid you were still in Egypt, but, well, you're here. So, that's what really matters in the end. Do you have anything to drink?
A baffled Vernon Withercorn answers the elder. Excuse me, I'm not sure we are acquainted.
Oh, we're well acquainted, young man. Well acquainted. Don't worry. Julia, you're a delightful looking woman. What are you doing here on a Saturday?
Well, sir, me and my father just returned from a trip.
Trip. Egypt, I believe, yes?
Correct.
Fantastic. Vernon, if I could have a word with you, in privy, please. I believe you're about to take a journey. I'm not sure it's a journey you will enjoy, but it will be an endeavor that you must undertake regardless. Know that I approve of this journey, and I believe it will be good for you in the end. It will certainly prove yourself to me. Not that you know who I am. I suppose I should introduce myself. I shall just call myself the man. Yes, you are working for the man, as it were. I don't believe that will be common parlance for a few more decades, but it works for now. Young man, I am here to give you a gift, and then I apologize, but I must leave. And he reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out a pendant with a gold chain, and the pendant has some odd Egyptian script on it. And he grabs your hand and places it in the palm of your hand and says, "This will lend you a little bit more luck for the proper payment. You'll figure it out in time. Now, if you excuse me, son, I must be going. There's several more of you that I must meet with." And he pushes you out of the way with his cane and tips his hat to Julia on the way out. And he says, "See you in Istanbul, Constantinople." I can never keep what the Turks call it. Damn. Well, I'll see you there. And he leaves.
And both Vernon and Julia are baffled by this exchange of words from a strange man.
As well you should.